Let's go.
Season. Lions playing the Arizona Cardinals this week. We got a lot to talk about.
Woo!
As well, not only the Lions. We're not only talking about the Lions. Because the Detroit Tigers are currently in their wild card spot. They obviously still need to get another win up before they could jump the Twins, because the Twins do have the tiebreak, if you are not aware. But the Tigers are ready to make the playoffs. I just saw this. I should have put this in the intro. Did you guys see what Shohei Ohtani did last night?
Holy shit.
He was 6 for 6 with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and 10 RBI. 6 for 6 with 10 RBI. He had like 20 total bases or something like that. Just an absolute insane day. Is Shohei Ohtani the best baseball player you've ever seen?
100%. I don't think it's close either. I mean, the way this guy, he's just hitting this year. The way he pitches, too, to add to this dynamic bat. He's got amazing power. He's got killer speed on the base pass. And then he's got an arm and a slider that will literally just strike out 200 people a year if he's pitching that many innings. Absolutely elite. I'm salty he's on the Dodgers. But I'm happy that we're going to be able to see him in the postseason, finally, unlike we never did with Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's for sure. We finally get to see some postseason Shohei. How are the Angels still a thing? They literally had Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani at the same time and didn't make the playoffs.
Sell the team.
Sell the team.
Sell the team. They're horrible.
But we got a lot more to talk about today. Chris,
Yes,
were you tapped into this Thursday night football experience last night?
This one I was not.
Oh,
I was not. You know, I was not anticipating the great New England Patriots versus the New York Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams have. I mean, I guess the Patriots kind of overwhelmed me, but the Jets definitely underwhelmed me. So I was not looking forward to this at all.
Do a chat poll real quick and see if the people want Beth on the desk. Yes or no?
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens.
I want it.
Last night, Aaron Rodgers is back. Aaron Rodgers
stop it.
back to MVP form
over
a vaunted New England Patriots defense. Just absolutely carving them up. If you listen to Kirk Herbstreit, you would think Aaron Rodgers had the single best performance that any quarterback has ever had, because he was slobbing him. Dude, it was crazy. I couldn't watch the game for more than 5 minutes without Kirk Herbstreit going, would you look at the way Aaron Rodgers throws that ball? Oh, man, it is the best thing I've ever seen. The way it leaves his hand just makes me want to bust my load all over this booth. It was insane.
Yeah, we were at the bar, so I wasn't able to catch the audio of Kirk slobbering. But
dude, it was bad.
Thankfully, I wasn't able to. But no, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is back at all. And speaking of Aaron Rodgers, did any of you guys happen to see the Robert Saleh little mishap?
Yeah.
Winning for the hug. Aaron Rodgers just alphaed him.
Do you have the video of that, Chris?
I
It is
do.
a very awkward exchange.
So awkward. And people said there wasn't trouble in paradise here in with the New York Jets. This trouble has been cooking up for a long time. This just
is not
adds
trouble
on.
in paradise.
This just adds on to it.
I can play sound, right? Or no?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I got distracted.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yes, you could play sound. And this is not trouble in paradise. This is classic microwave overcooked popcorn. Play this
Stop
video.
it.
Robert Saleh went in for the hug, and Aaron Rodgers gets him double pit to chest.
Pushed him away.
See,
Look at that look
he didn't-
after.
Aaron
Pushed him
Rodgers,
away and stared him down.
he commented on this exchange after the game. Did you see that? See this? You hear about this? They asked him. They were like, Aaron Rodgers, hey, Mr. Rodgers, great game. Kirk Herbstreit wants you to father his children. But what was going on there with Robert Saleh? He said Robert Saleh is not a notorious hugger. He's not a big hugger, so he didn't expect that. And what he said to him was 2-score lead, because I guess that's something Robert Saleh has been preaching is 2-score leads. You want 2-score leads. So he popped him in the chest. He said 2-score lead. And that's just being hype. He was just hype.
Why you always lying?
Dude, what did you... Okay, Nick, let's break this down.
This has been stewing all off season. They've been on different pages, and it just happened. You saw it Thursday Night Football. Even when winning, these guys can't get on the same page. I think this is going to come back to bite them in an actual big game scenario. And Aaron Rodgers is not playing the as you say, shitty poopy New England Patriots.
Yeah, they are shitty poopy.
So, yeah, this team is not going to be they're not going to be great this season. I'll say that. And I just think Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers do not see eye to eye besides that stare down right there from Aaron
but
that
Rodgers.
was not a stare down.
Chris, break down the stare down, please.
Look, to me, I'm not worried about it because how many bums in the league have fire handshakes?
That's a good
We
point. That's
see
a good
that all
point.
the time. I mean, look, I played high school basketball. I had some fire handshakes. That didn't get me anywhere.
I bet Malik Willis and
come
Mike
win time.
Vrabel had really good handshakes. Look how that worked out.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like that was just it's a miscommunication. It's a little awkward. You gotta take some time, build the chemistry, but you know what? They're winning. They're fine. They're fine. I'm not worried about it.
We do have another birthday shout out for my birthday was yesterday, but shout out to Dan Skipper. It is the man himself's birthday. So happy birthday to Big Skip. Hopefully you get a lot of run this week, Dan Skipper, because
Shout out,
that means
Skip.
the Detroit Lions are running the ball a lot.
Preach.
I would love to see that. And this is something we were talking about the Tigers a little bit. We were talking about them fighting for that wild card bid. And one thing that caused the Tigers to get into this position that they're in was an epic collapse from the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins fell apart down the stretch. And something that Twins fans are not too happy about. I saw this post. This was hilarious. Chris, do you have the Twins post? This was a Twins fan reaction to them now being tied with the Detroit Tigers. He said, "You did this, Minnesota Twins. Fuck y'all." He's got the Galaxy Gas, the Zins, the super dirty bong, a gutted swisher, and a twisted tea.
Oh, God.
Oh,
That guy's
my God.
place or apartment or house probably reeks.
Dude.
Oh, it just reeks like
property
bong
value
resin
just went
and
straight
chew.
down.
Yeah, I used to be a big Twisted Tea guy, but nah, I can't just sip on one like that. If you're drinking a Twisted Tea, you're gunning that thing.
Yeah, you need to slam it.
Yeah, definitely. That guy,
Twins fans
that's
are going
hilarious,
through
though.
it, though.
Did that go viral?
It went viral.
had to.
Twins fans are going through it right now. But, like,
To be fair, it's also Minnesota.
yeah, it's Minnesota. What are you going to do in Minnesota? What is... They got the
Everything
Mall
that's
of
on that
America. Is that in
table.
Minnesota? The Mall of America?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
dope. It's
How
dope.
fucking stupid. Your biggest attraction is a mall. Nobody goes to the mall
Okay.
anymore, idiot. It's Amazon. Oh, come to Minnesota. We got the Mall of America. Nobody cares. You're a shit place with a shit baseball team and a shit football team that's technically first in the NFC North. But we don't care. Rudy Gobert is stupid and French. Eat shit, Minnesota.
I will say, let me defend the Mall of America
Whoa.
for 2 seconds.
Of course,
For
Chris
2
likes the Mall
seconds.
of America.
The fuck. All right. If you're a '90s baby, you grew up on Legos. Their fucking Lego store there is sick.
You know who else has a Lego store that's really cool? Chicago, New York. Good cities. Like, not Minnesota.
I will say I was not on the show yesterday, but I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday night. Listening to the broadcast and them choke away another game in extra innings, the Twins broadcasters sound defeated.
Dude, they're done.
They
They're
sound
done for.
defeated.
These guys
and then
are-
you got Benetti and Andy Dirks giving each other handshakes and God
Oh,
knows
yeah.
what in that booth. They're hitting it off like crazy right now.
No
and they're
bad
getting it-
handshakes between those two.
Yeah, exactly. And they're getting extremely excited because we finally have a baseball team to get excited for. Yes. And for everybody taking victory laps right now, oh, you wanted to trade school. Oh, you want to do this. Oh, you want to do that. This is a once-in-a-lifetime
Team of Destiny.
run. Team of Destiny, no doubt about it,
Put the
Spencer.
graphic up.
Yeah.
You want to see Team of Destiny. This defines Team of Destiny. This is the Tigers' playoff chances by percentage. In September. This is September. This isn't like all year. This is literally just September. Look at how much they've gone up in a week.
Holy shit.
They went from like a 4% chance to almost a 50% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Tigers are just, it's insane. Shout out to Scabs in the Woodward Sports Chat. He says, I'm in Minnesota market. Spenny is 100% spot on. I've never even been there, but it's a terrible place, and I don't want to go because Rudy Gobert lives there sometimes. So I'm just happy that the Tigers are relevant again. And speaking of which, I might be skating out of here pretty early next week because my boy got some tickets
Which game?
for the Rays on Wednesday.
Hype.
Right down the first baseline, $20 a pop.
Well,
Got some
steal.
discounted tickets.
That's a steal.
So the game starts at 6:40. I can't turn that down.
no.
I'm gonna probably leave here at like 6:20. Maybe just 6 o'clock. Get down there, slam a brew. Maybe like 5:30.
Maybe stop at second best bar for a quick
at
shot and a beer.
best, grab a Tullamore Dew shot.
I'm just
But
saying.
they're the hot. Are they hotter than Lions tickets? Is that crazy?
They're not hotter tickets to grab right now because they're so cheap. But
Tigers tickets.
yeah, I know. Like the ticket prices for the Lions are so
like
damn
the
expensive.
more must-see viewing.
Right now,
Would it be right now? Is it a Lions game or is it a Tigers game?
it's the Lions.
It's still Lions.
It's still Lions. Lions own the city.
Yeah.
For now, they regained it back
but
because the Tigers
it's the
have
same
been
kind of thing with like the Red Wings down the stretch.
they've been bad for
Yeah.
so long, though. I think it's going to take, honestly, I think a lot of people are starting to get back on board. But when you go into this series with the Orioles, tied with the Twins, you need to snag 2 out of 3.
Yes.
This cannot be a 1-2 or get swept. You need to keep the momentum going back to Comerica, and that's when I think
And the Orioles
it is
are
going
really
to be a pop in Comerica Park like we've seen, 10 years ago in those October matchups with like the Yankees. I'm really excited for the first time in a long time for Tiger baseball.
Baseball's back again.
So
Chris,
I
know
don't
you hate it, but
I don't want to
baseball's
get too like far in the weeds. I don't want to think too far ahead, but roughly looking at the Tigers' position and where they would finish if they were to make the playoffs and who they're matching up. You talk about teams like Baltimore and stuff that are reeling. Is there a first round? Is there an ideal kind of first round matchup that you can start to kind of? Obviously, you just want to make the playoffs because of the run that it's been. But is there a matchup where you can buy yourself into? Like, is there a week 1 or 2 seed that you're looking at? As
Houston.
The Lions can do it.
That
Or
would be
Tigers.
if we go up against the Houston Astros. I would love that personally. I avoid the Yankees, and I'm happy. You go up against the Astros, you got Skubal on the mound, you're winning that game. And then they have to beat you twice then. And with this gritty Tigs team, man, like, that's tough. I don't know if they'll beat you twice, because the Skubal win, you can pencil that in, that's a win. Against anybody. I don't care who it is. You got Skubal on the mound in the playoff series, that's a win. Then the other team has to beat you twice if they don't want to lose. I don't know if they can do that. Tigers getting the dance, dude. Anything's possible.
Yeah, anything is possible, and I wouldn't be too scared of Houston, even though I think with Houston, though, you have to think about the experience, and I think that shows up big in a playoff series. And when you want to talk about inexperience, you talk about the Baltimore Orioles or getting matched up with the Cleveland Guardians. That's where my mind goes to.
Yeah.
I think the Guardians have been frauds all year, and they got lucky early. They've retained the lead, but honestly, it's Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor. I think Stephen Kwan just got injured, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Flannel loves Stephen Kwan.
Did he get injured?
Did he get injured, Flannel? He's not sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think I like our odds. I like our odds there. I was hoping for a little fact check there, but
Yeah,
didn't get
nobody
it.
watches more baseball, I know, than Flannel. But
Yeah, you'd be scared of the Baltimore Orioles.
I'm not scared of anybody. The way the Detroit Tigers are playing right now, I'm not scared. The only team, honestly, if we got into a playoff series against, I'm like, all right, we're not going to win, is the Yankees. I just think the Tigers can beat anybody. The way they're playing right now, nobody wants to see them. They don't give a shit who's in front of them. They're going to eat their lunch. I love it, dude. The gritty Tigs are back. Shout out to Danny G making a full show. Shout out to Burn in the chat. He says, no fear, go for the Yankees. We want the Yankees. Jay Thomas says, who is Beth? You got a lot to learn.
Boy, are you missing out.
We are going to be talking a lot of Detroit Lions today. Obviously, we got our pick'em. We got Caesar Sportsbook over/under segment. We got a couple things, buy or sell, on the docket. But first, tell us about Mark White.
Mark White gonna do you right. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 for your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com.
And let me tell you about Caesars Sportsbook. If I told you that you could place a bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get that bet back, would you think I'm crazy? You shouldn't. One of my boys just did it last night, $1,000 on Greg Zuerlein to make 2 field goals, and he didn't. He missed the first one. Right, I felt really bad for my guy. But he got the money back because he scanned the QR code and used code word Woodward 1000. If Greg Zuerlein chokes and great snap, great hold, shanks it left, you get your money back up to $1,000. Minimum bet of just $20. Download Caesar Sportsbook today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen. Get your money back. It's a risk-free bet.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweight, live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Spencer. I am, as always, joined by Nick and Chris.
Let's go.
Make sure you smash that like button.
Smash.
We got a big show today because the Detroit Lions are playing the Arizona Cardinals in the desert in what some of us have deemed a must-win game. A must-win game. I want to talk about this first. I know we got Tigers on the docket. We'll get to Tigers when we get to Tigers. It is Friday. It is Lions season. It is football. Chris, did you get the injury report that I sent in the chat?
Did I get the injury report?
Can you throw that up there for me? Because there was a
that?
couple names on this list. Easy is at a funeral today, unfortunately. So he will not be joining us. But sends his regards. The Detroit Lions had a couple names out, a couple names questionable, but the injury list didn't look too bad. So do you have the injury list?
Yeah, I do.
All right, here we go.
I do. I was just waiting for your cue. My bad.
We got Ife Melifonwu and Ennis Rakestraw listed as out. Ennis is with the hamstring. That's a little concerning because Terrion Arnold is questionable with an illness. Alex Anzalone also questionable with the concussion. If he clears protocol, I feel like Anzo's going to play because he practiced. So it means he cleared protocol. We got Graham, knee questionable, and then Isaiah Williams, abdomen questionable. Nick, what is your biggest concern with this injury report as it is right now?
I think I got to go immediately to the rookie, Terrion Arnold, because Kyler Murray is extremely dangerous out of the pocket, and I think Terrion's going to have to cover for longer if he is in this game. But to be honest, I am glad that it's an illness and not a serious injury with him, because I think obviously they have the best medical staff in the world with these NFL teams, and I believe you can just load them up with some IVs, give them some of that special magic or special MJ juice,
yeah,
and he's going to be just fine in this game. I think he's going to play, and I think we're going to need him. I think this is a big Terrion Arnold game, especially after weeks 1 and 2 going up against such elite receivers. They only have one, and I wouldn't even say elite yet. He's going to be elite, projected to be elite, coming off a really good game in Marvin Harrison Jr., but he's still a rookie, and I think you need a guy like Terrion Arnold that can take the ball away from a guy like Kyler Murray. So I think Terrion is the biggest highlight of this injury report in my eyes, because I think he could make some game-changing plays when it comes to maybe a big interception.
Chris?
Are you asking me what I'm most worried about?
What you're most concerned with? Yeah.
My most concerned of that list, it does have to be Terrion, just because I think that I am assuming Anzo will play. if Anzo's out, to me that is the more concerning one, just because I haven't seen what I've liked to have seen out of Jack Campbell so far. But ultimately, I got to go with Terrion, because if he doesn't go, you already have Ennis Rakestraw out, and I know that he's a depth piece at this point, but that cornerback room, man, I think that that's going to be important in this game, because Kyler Murray is going to extend a lot of plays with his legs, and so you are going to need your cornerbacks and your secondary safeties to make plays all throughout the game, because he's going to be moving and shaking with his feet. So you got to be able to. He's going to buy his receivers time, and that's going to be a problem for me.
Yeah, I think for me it's Alex Anzalone. There are reports that Terrion and Graham Glasgow are going to play, so that's good. Like Nick said, the illness is something. If it was more of a bone or a knee or a hand, like if it was the hand he was still dealing with that he got taken out of the game for, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But like Nick said, with the illness, give him a liquid IV, give him any kind of drugs you can back there, put him out there and let him go. And then he has a whole long week of recovery, because he got Seattle on Monday. After that, for me, the biggest concern is Alex Anzalone. Burn. Shout out Burn.
Just confirmed it. Colt Keith officially in the lineup for the first game in Baltimore, in the biggest game the Detroit Tigers have played in 10 years.
That is huge. Colt Keith is in the lineup for the Detroit Tigers tonight as they start their series in Baltimore. The biggest series of anybody on this team's lives. You love that. That is huge, because Colt Keith has been one of, if not the best players on this team since the All-Star break. Huge, important bat in the middle of that lineup. Drives in runs, hits for power. You need him. And now you don't got to worry about what liability is going to be where on the infield. You could put McKinstry at third if you really want to. You could put Carpenter as the DH comfortably, knowing you can put Vierling out there in right field. So having Colt Keith back is huge.
Speaking of being one of the biggest leaders and one of the biggest cogs of success, Colt Keith, I'm going to go immediately back to you, Spenny, because that's what I think about in a guy in the middle like Alex Anzalone.
Yes, that is exactly what I was going to say. Great transition there, Nick. Way to throw it back, drop it off the plate like a nice 12-6. But I love what Anzo has been doing for this team, not only from a veteran leadership standpoint, but from his play. This man has been playing at a Pro Bowl level for a couple of years now for the Detroit Lions. Having that middle linebacker, that green dot, that veteran, that white dude with long blonde flowing hair that Terry Foster always says is key to a good defense is extremely important, especially when you're going up a guy like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, he likes to get out, he likes to improvise, he likes to run around. Having a guy like Anzo with his sideline-to-sideline speed will be extremely important for containing Kyler Murray. And on top of that, whether you like him or not, Alex Anzalone is one of the best coverage linebackers in the NFL. He was a top 5 coverage linebacker in the NFL last year, and he was looking good to start this season. Trey McBride is a problem in the middle of the field for Arizona, especially when Kyler Murray gets loose, starts running around like the little toddler he is, and throws the ball. He normally finds his big tight end, Trey McBride. So having a guy like Anzalone who could, stay attached to him is going to be extremely important.
Yeah, I think to me it all becomes the run game from Kyler Murray. And just because we're used to it now doesn't mean it's still not extremely important to stop a guy like James Conner in the run game as well. Like, we have to continue to do that to force them to be a pass-first team where we can let go of Aiden Hutchinson, let him just go get Kyler Murray, let go of a guy like Brian Branch, and let him square up with a guy like Kyler Murray and pray to God that he doesn't get cooked, because Kyler Murray is one of the best one-on-one, escaping players in the league. You're going to see it a lot on Sunday. It's just about limiting the times that you see it.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not worried about stopping the run as much, because this defense is going to stop the run with or without Alex Anzalone. With what you've added in DJ Reader, guys like Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez, and Jack Campbell all play extremely well in the run game. Alex Anzalone is the guy you bring in for coverage, the guy you bring in to stick with the tight end. So I wasn't too worried about stopping the run without Anzo, but covering Trey McBride, containing Kyler Murray, and having this defense just set up, having everybody in the right spot, having them ready to go. He is one of your few veterans. Now your veterans, you got him, you got DJ Reader, you got Carlton Davis. I love that. You got a veteran on every level of this defense. Extremely important to have Enzo back. Hopefully he plays. And again, I know you guys like to say they're more prone to the concussion since they've already had one. Maybe, God forbid, he takes a hit and has to leave this game. Hopefully he's 100% ready to go and good to play because we need Alex Anzalone.
And for the record, I'm looking at the Cardinals injury report right now, and they don't have anybody listed as out. They have 3 as questionable, and that's it. So they're coming in relatively healthy to this matchup. So the Lions will need to be full force because this is a team that's that's been feisty. And remember, it's been compared to this Lions regime. Even Alex that was on the show yesterday was comparing this Cardinals team to the former Lions team as a young, scrappy team. And this is a team that the Lions cannot undervalue, cannot undersell coming into this week.
Speaking of undersell, I'm talking about an underthrow here. It brings me back to Kyler Murray early in his career, first Detroit Lions. Who got him? Jeff Okudah on an underthrow. I think that's where Terrion gets his. If he plays this week, I'm calling out Terrion gets his first NFL interception in Arizona. Calling the shot right now on an underthrow.
You going to put some money on it on Caesar Sportsbook? You could probably get some pretty damn good odds.
I'm going to have to check out those odds, and we will get back to you on that. What do you think about the other linebacker, though, that needs to step up, that needs to be a difference maker in this game? First-round pick, Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell is an important piece of this defense. He's going to be an important piece of this game plan, hopefully. But before we talk about Jack Campbell, we got to talk about the pregame show.
Woodward Sports pregame show. It's Woodward and Main with insights from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matt Broder. Get ready, Detroit, every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. Make sure you check out Woodward and Main. And after that, make sure you check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show. It's at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. It's at Second Best Bar for the home games, and it's with 2 greats, Neil Rule and Sean Belegian. Make sure you check it out. If it's at home, it's at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller Your Long Drink, Sabbath Coffee, and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey.
And tell us about New Holland.
New Holland Brewing Company. Have you heard of a long drink? The gin-based cocktail? We've got one made right here in Michigan, made with all natural ingredients for better flavor. Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company is shoulders above the rest. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor. Taller is your local long drink.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
What up, though? And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash the like button. I'm joined by Nick and Chris, of course. But we're talking Detroit Lions. We're talking the linebacking room because we brought the official injury report out, and Alex Anzalone, as expected, was listed as questionable with a concussion. He did practice yesterday. He did practice today. So limited practices, but still a good sign. Sounds like he cleared protocol, because I don't know if you're able to practice if you don't clear protocol. So hopefully he will be good to go. If not, if he's not able to go, a lot rests on the plate of first-round draft pick, second-year linebacker out of Iowa, Jack the Meat Missile Campbell. This guy is going to have to step up big. Step up big if Alex Anzalone can't go. Now, we're all hoping that Enzo is good to go because he's been one of the best players on this defense for the past couple years. If he can't, I kind of have faith in Jack Campbell. I mean, I don't know if that's just me being a slappy. I don't know if that's just me doubling down for my boy. But like Nick said, when we saw Jack Campbell start his first game in place of Alex Anzalone, he balled. He had 9 tackles. He was all over the place. He was making plays. This was in New Orleans. I think he will be most comfortable if Alex Anzalone is out, if he has to play that Mike role, because that's what he's been playing his whole life. He is a middle linebacker through and through. He shouldn't be worried about playing outside linebacker. He shouldn't be worried about doing those other things. If Anzalone wasn't that dude, he'd be there already. Jack Campbell would look his best on a field if it wasn't next to Alex Anzalone. That's nothing, not holding anything against Anzo. Like, he's fantastic. But Jack Campbell is built to play that Mike role.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And this one's from Ator in the Woodward Sports
Shout out Ator.
Group chat. Make sure you hit that like button. This is not the game for Jack to step. This is the game for Jack to just not make cover errors. That simple. Don't give up anything over the top to Harrison. And to be honest, I just can't disagree with you anymore. That seems like extremely low expectations. Obviously, you don't want to make cover errors that lead to big gains, but that's just the expectation is to not do that. I want to see you be a difference maker. I want to see you take on Kyler Murray one-on-one in the hole after he tries to step up and escape for a big third down. I want to see you have a great pass breakup against a guy like Trey McBride when they go to him on a big third down. I want to see you flying all over the field like you were at Iowa and like you were in that Saints game. I want to see Jack Campbell, the first round draft pick from our leader, Brad effing Holmes, that has done no wrong when it comes to the draft. Besides Jack Campbell right now. I mean, he has high expectations as a first rounder. I want to see the high upside Jack Campbell that we were expecting when you went in the first round.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Ator, I appreciate you. You're a great guy in the chat. We definitely a valued member of the Woodward Sports family, but I couldn't disagree with that more. Jack Campbell was drafted to be that guy. You are not an off-ball linebacker taken in the first round and expected to not produce when you're in the game. When you're in the game, you gotta produce. So I expect if Jack Campbell plays, I expect him to be Captain Jack. I expect him to be that freak of nature we've seen in the combine and in all these tests and gradings. That butt kiss award winner, the guy flying around, filling gaps, punching the running back, and then covering guys. He's been good in the run game. You can't say he hasn't been good in the run game. He's really struggled in covering tight ends, which is why I'm really hoping Anzalone will be out there to go against Trey McBride. But if Jack Campbell needs to play, if he has to start, I need to see him produce at a high level. Chris?
The only one that's going to push back here. Obviously, everything you guys are saying is fair and something I want, but I think those are seasonal expectations. Right now, I think as we're seeing this, and I think this is a good thing to say, is that the Lions are not at their full strength. They are not where they want to be. They are progressing. They are not regressing. This is a team that you talk about offensively. Dan Campbell's mentioned it. You know, the bye week is when he expects things to kind of get rolling and get together. Like, this is a team that's building towards something. You want to play your best football at the end of the season. So, while everything you guys are saying is fair, the place he was drafted, he absolutely has those expectations of being a difference maker. But in this game, if he just plays okay and we win, I'm good with that.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
For sure.
That's all I need. So while everything you guys are saying is fair, I just want to push back and say that if the Lions win and he wasn't a downright problem, I'm okay with the results, because this is a team that's going to be better in week 18 than they are in week 3.
And for sure, you just want to win. I want to win more than anything. That's flat out. But I would like to see Campbell succeed if he plays. And for all those, as Mike Hart asked in the Woodward Sports Chat, is Enzo out? He's questionable right now with the concussion. The two comments that I did want to talk about, Byrne says, you want Jack to take Enzo's spot and never get it back. And Cartier says, Jack got to take that job. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. No disrespect to Enzo, but if he doesn't play and Jack Campbell's in there, you are the first-round draft pick. You are the highly touted prospect. You were the butt-kiss guy. You were the captain at Iowa. Go out there, play so good that Enzo can't take you off the field. That's what I would love to see. Is that what I expect? No, I'm not going to say I expect that. But that's the attitude he needs to have. That's the attitude that this team, this culture, this coaching staff has instilled in the Detroit Lions, is when you're given your opportunity, you go out there, you make the most of it, and you force their hand to play you. Because if you're playing well, they're going to play you no matter what. If Jack Campbell goes out there week 3 against the Cardinals, has 15 tackles, intercepts the ball off Kyler Murray, and breaks up 3 from Trey McBride, he's starting the next week too. You better believe that. So I would love to see that happen. I don't expect it to happen, but that's what we need out of Jack Campbell. And the track record of Brad Holmes' draft pick says that's more likely to happen than not. I want Enzo to play, though. We need Enzo to play in this game. But if not, next man up mentality.
Exactly. And Chris, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely hate it if we lose this game. Jack Campbell has 2 picks, 7 forced fumbles. You get my point.
Right.
But to win this game, if Enzo's out, Jack Campbell is going to need to be a difference maker, is the point I'm getting to.
Yes.
We will not win this game if Jack Campbell has a subpar average game and Anzalone's out. We don't win this game. Behind Kyler Murray's running ability, Trey McBride's ability over the middle, I do not think we win this game if Jack Campbell's getting cooked. And that's why I have the expectation that he needs to deliver a massive game if Anzalone's not playing for this Detroit Lions team to win this game in Arizona.
I agree.
You're right, but I will push back and say that you're right in that his importance and that he can definitely be a key to success. I just think, again, I have expectations of this Lions offense being historic and the defense being good enough. That was what got us to the NFC Championship last year. And while obviously you have higher standards this year, you are looking at this game and saying that this is a team that, look, if the Lions offense flicks that switch and becomes electric like we know it to be, then the defense doesn't need to be on this top 10 pace that it's been at so far.
Yeah.
It needs to be middle of the pack. So, I get what you're saying, that if the Lions win, it is likely that Jack Campbell had an average or good game because of just the importance of this matchup with Kyler Murray and with the tight end. You need your linebackers to really, really step up in this game. So I'm not disagreeing with that, but I definitely see a world in which Jack Campbell didn't really impress, but you know what? The Lions still won. They took care of business because the offense went off, and Hutchinson is on his DPOY run, and that was enough to get the job done.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the way the defense is performing. I don't know if they perform at that level without Alex Anzalone, but this linebacking core is deep. I love all these guys we got in there. Germ can step in and play some snaps if you need to at a high level. Obviously, you know how I feel about Malcolm Rodriguez. That's my brother. We got Derek Barnes, makes a lot of great plays when called upon. Also misses some big ones. But Jack Campbell is the guy who should be the tip of the spear when it comes to replacing Anzalone. Real quick before we go to break, if Alex Anzalone doesn't play, not including Jack Campbell, who's the most important player for corralling Kyler Murray?
B2 Bomber. Brian effing Branch, baby. We've seen him go into a whole different level this season already. That first game, Maybe not the best game of Brian Branch's career, but he was already a difference maker. Game 2, he takes a massive step up. Game 3, he's going to have to step up against this Arizona's potent offense. I think he can help out with Marvin Harrison when he comes across the middle. I think he can lay the hit on him early. He's a rookie. Maybe he shakes him up a little bit, breaks up a couple passes, lays the boom on a guy like James Conner. And when Brian Branch gets close to the line of scrimmage, you better watch out. Brian Branch, blindside sack, Kyler Murray. He's going to be super worried about Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to have his eyes up right at Aiden Hutchinson. Boom! Brian Branch coming. Watch out. Shot out of a cannon.
Booth Boys locked in step there. That's my answer to it. It's got to be Brian Branch for everything Nick said, so I won't say much more. He's the guy that we've seen do everything on the field, beat everywhere, absolutely wreak havoc on defense. And we know what Hutch is going to bring. We know what Reader is going to bring. We know what Kirby's going to bring in the backfield. For Brian Branch, this is his time to show out and really step up. Obviously, not naming Jack Campbell in that position of Alex Anzalone stepping down. Where you at with this, Spencer?
For me, it is a guy that wasn't on that injury list, which was a breath of fresh air. It's Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport is an important piece for this defensive line. Marcus Davenport will be an important piece of containing Kyler Murray and keeping him in the pocket. We know Hutchinson's going to go full force to try to get Kyler Murray and get deep into the pocket, get deep into those rushing lanes. Marcus Davenport kind of has to be a little more selective. He needs to contain the edge. He needs to make sure Kyler doesn't get outside of him, make sure the rushing lanes aren't too open. He's big, he's physical, he's strong enough to hold the tackle there, shed him, and make sure Kyler doesn't escape the pocket. Marcus Davenport will be an extremely important factor of limiting Kyler Murray and making sure he stays in the pocket where he can do the least amount of damage. Now we got to go to the break, and we got to talk about Swiss Insurance.
We do got to talk about insurance. We've been talking all segment about insurance, so let me tell you where to get the best insurance.
Hey, Chav.
Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today. That's 313-530-1698. That's on the screen there. Swiss.ins.com. And let me tell you about 1800 Tequila for my tequila drinkers out there. The official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. Join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila, proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. It is 1800 Tequila, the best taste tequila. Please drink responsibly.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Randy Wise gonna do you right. How would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braylon Edwards and Tim McCollum? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you could round off our foursome at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweight, live on woodwardsports.com. Joined by Nick, joined by Chris, as always. Easy is unfortunately not here today. He'll be back. He's just dealing with some personal things. We are live, though. Make sure you smash that like button. We're talking Detroit Lions. The Lions play the Cardinals in the desert on Sunday, where, like I said, the Lions have not lost to the Cardinals since 2015. Jared Goff is 4-0 against Kyler Murray. Jared Goff has only lost to the Cardinals once in his career, which was the first time he faced them his rookie season. He is 8-1 against the Cardinals in his career.
Cook.
So we're going to talk about the offense. It's been struggling a little bit, but we've seen signs, we've seen plays, we've seen situations where the offense looks like it could get going, looks like they could take advantage of a matchup, looks like they could get Laporta a little bit more involved. If this happens, if this offense is clicking, would that concern you? Would a shootout with the Arizona Cardinals in the desert against Kyler Murray, would that concern you if the Lions ended up getting into a shootout with the Cardinals?
Yes, it would, for two reasons, Spenny. It means we are not running the ball down their throat, controlling the clock in this game, and taking away possessions from Kyler Murray. That's A. B, it means Kyler Murray's putting up numbers on our improved defense. It means Aiden Hutchinson isn't getting to the quarterback. It means Kyler Murray's running his way for big third downs, throwing the ball deep to Marvin Harrison Jr. Our cornerbacks aren't covering. Our defensive ends aren't getting to Kyler. And, you know, their offense is making our defense look like it was last year, which would be a huge concern moving forward. But I think my bigger concern would be what I said first, and that is us not dominating the clock and running the ball continuously for first downs behind David Bowling Ball Montgomery and Jameer the Electrician Gibbs.
Chris, would a shootout breaking out in the desert, Kyler Murray, would that concern you?
It has to. It just has to. I want to say no. I want to stop everybody and be like, what are we doing here? This Lions offense is historic, all that, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been yet. I believe it's going to get there, and maybe this is the game, or maybe this is the first step in getting there. But as of right now, with this Lions offense seemingly out of sync, I watched those final drives against Tampa Bay. Did those look like Lions drives? They did not. They did not look like the drives of last season where everything was cohesive, lined up, in sync, and just perfectly moving.
Yeah.
So you got to be concerned with a shootout, because a shootout, if you're a middle-of-the-pack offense, or even if you're a good offense, a shootout is a scary place to be, because it's one mistake can be critical and can be costly. And while this Lions offense is not in sync right now, you would have to be scared of a shootout. But, you know, are they capable of winning a shootout? Absolutely. This is a team that, like we said, we have high expectations for, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But they haven't shown it yet.
Very capable of winning a shootout against the Cardinals. That is not something that I would be too worried about. But for two reasons, a shootout versus the Cardinals would concern me. And DNCENT put one in there that I love, and that is we need to dominate the clock. If you're getting into a shootout against the Cardinals, that means the offense isn't looking how I want it to look. I want this to be an ugly, drag out, run the ball, eat shit. We're getting 4 yards of carry. You can't fucking stop us. David Montgomery, right up your little poop chute until you can't do anything else. That's what I want to see out of this Detroit Lions offense. The Cardinals defense is not good. They're not. They've got a couple players. They're forming a good defense, but they're not there yet. The Lions should dominate the line of scrimmage. The Lions should be able to run the ball at will, dominate the clock, grind out the Cardinals like they're at a Diddy party, and take care of business.
Whoa.
That is number one. If you get into a shootout, it means you're not running the ball effectively or enough. The second reason why a shootout would concern me is because the Cardinals defense, or the Cardinals offense, it's not really that hard to stop when you look at it on paper. When you look at it on paper, they've got Kyler Murray and they've got Marvin Harrison Jr. When I look at the Lions playing somebody, I don't care if they've got Walter Payton or Jim Brown in the backfield. I'm taking the running back out of the equation because the Lions stop the run. So I'm not looking at that at all, not concerned about that. when it comes down to it, you got Trey McBride, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. You stop those guys. Who else? They got Greg Dolch. They got Michael Wilson. These aren't guys you're too worried about. So if Kyler Murray's slinging it around and Greg Dolch has 4 catches for 60 yards, that would concern me. I think on paper, the 2 names you need to stop the Arizona Cardinals offense. And that is Kyler Murray and that is Trey McBride. So if you shut them down, James Conner's not doing anything. James Conner is going to have a rough day at work. It's on Sunday. So shut those 2 guys down, and the Cardinals offense should simmer.
And let's hope that offense does simmer. But I had one question for you fellas, and I texted you this earlier, Spenny. Is this the biggest game of the Detroit Lions regular season? Yes or no? How are you feeling?
This year?
This year, the regular season. This is not the biggest game.
This is not the biggest game.
Not even
This is the 3rd game of the season. We can't say it's the biggest game yet. This is an important game. It's a very important game. You're on the road. You're against an NFC contender. You're already 1-1 on the season. You don't want to fall to under 500. But I can't say it's the biggest game. I'm looking at the bigger games down the road. I'm looking at in San Francisco as one of the biggest games of the year. I'm looking at in Green Bay, in Chicago, some of those games in Houston. I'm looking at those games as some of the biggest games of the year because there's going to be more on the line. The season's going to play out a little bit. You're going to know the seeding a little bit more. Right now, we're in the infantile stages of the season. This can't be one of the biggest games.
It can't. If it is, if an upstart, scrappy team is your biggest game of the season, then you need to reevaluate your expectations. I get the context of not wanting to fall to 1-2. That is not ideal. But in the grand scheme of things, like Spencer said, it's that NFC number 1 seed potential game versus San Fran. That could dictate all roads going through Detroit. Minnesota, who is, a game up on you right now. Like, you can't play around with this division, like Green Bay's treading water without Jordan Love. If Jordan Love comes back next week, that suddenly what we thought opening week when Green Bay loses their quarterback, you think, oh my God, the Lions just absolutely clinched this division. There's no way. Like, we're good, knock on wood. But that hasn't been the case. Malik was able to get the job done, and if he does it again, then all of a sudden against the Colts, which seems very possible too, by the way.
Yeah.
So all this division is not for play. Those are the more important games. This Cardinals game is just a game you'd like to see them win. You'd like to see them take care of business because this is a lesser team.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is not the grand scheme of things. I think the way that Tampa Bay game went, if you're looking back on a season and you're disappointed, that's a game you're looking at. When you went 1 for 7 in the red zone.
Yes.
That's a game you're looking at.
And Philippines On Demand said, agreed, you nailed it. You got people in the chat. Where was DNC ENT said, isn't the biggest game, so it's not a must win. But Cartier says you can't play around with this game. It is a must-win. Nick, how you feeling?
Fellas, I couldn't disagree with you more. You guys are talking about San Francisco.
Week 3?
Week 3.
Dude, that's the most microwave thing you've ever said.
Think about it, fellas. You guys are already talking about San Francisco the second to last week of the season here. Fellas, that game's not going to mean a number 1 seed.
If we lose to the
number
Cardinals?
2. To go down 1-2, you're losing momentum before going home to a team you haven't beaten in 3 years on Monday Night Football.
So that would be the bigger game.
The momentum of this game will swing and catapult you forward going into that Monday night game if you win in the desert, on the road, after your offense has looked horrible the first 2 weeks of the season. You get back on track versus the Arizona Cardinals. Everything's back on the table. I'm not going to jump off the bandwagon here if we lose this game, but if we win this game, it proves that we go on the road against a tough opponent. We are who we thought we were, and our offense gets up back on track. Our defense still steps up. I think that if you win this game, it sets up to go 3-1 into the bye after beating the Seahawks. If you lose this game going into that Seahawks game, now you might clench up a little bit.
If you lose this game, hypothetically, because they're not going to lose this game.
Yeah, because you're 1-2.
Then Seattle's more important than the Arizona game. If you lose this game, literally the next game is more important.
Yeah.
But right now, it's more important in my eyes to win this game.
That's
what I'm saying.
microwave. Man, can we get a microwave sound for you? Like, can we get a microwave drop?
Fellas,
we need one.
Are you with me? If we win this game, we're catapulting momentum, though, in the right direction. 2-1.
I mean,
you got Monday Night Football at home.
I'd rather win the game than lose the game.
Obviously, but I think if you get down 1-2, it's a serious concern. And that's why this game, to me, is the most important game of the year right now. Because if you go down 1-2, you're under 500. You got to win 2 more games to get back over 500. You're competing with the top teams in the NFC. I believe, fellas, you need to win this game. If you still want to go out and grab that 1 seed. One sec, real quick. Do you guys still think you're grabbing the 1 seed if you lose this game?
Yes.
I disagree with that.
You think they're only going to have 2? Do you think they're going to win every game other than 2?
No, you have a tough-ass schedule. That's why you need to win this game. You are at San Fran.
This is not the most important.
Texans.
There's nothing you could say that would convince me this is the most important game of the year. Because if you do lose this game, Seattle is more important of a game.
I think this catapults your success.
It's not as important as the next game after it.
I think this catapults your success for the rest of the season. And
I think
that's
that
why
is
it's the most important game.
That is a leap, man.
I don't think so. I think the more important game is when you go to San Fran and you show them who daddy is, no Diddy. Like you come you got to go there. You got to go to Houston on the road, a team that everybody's talking about as Super Bowl contenders. And by everybody, I mean me and Spencer. But
Shift God in the Woodward Sports chat says, like Spenny said, the path to the 1 seed is even harder if we lose. That's every week. Yes. That's not just specifically this Arizona game. That's every single week. The more you lose, the harder it's going to be to get the number 1 seed. This is week 3. This is not the most important game this season.
San Fran has lost. Like people forget, they just lost to the Vikings. So like they blew a game too. Like those happen. This is any given Sunday for a reason. And I don't look at the Cardinals as a momentum building game for this Lions team because I look at this as a job that they should take care of. I don't look at this as a momentum builder. A momentum builder is when you go toe-to-toe with a division foe in the Green Bay Packers, who have their eyes on a Super Bowl as well. When you go toe-to-toe with the Houston Texans, who have their eye on a Super Bowl. San Fran has their eye on a Super Bowl. When you go toe-to-toe with them, Vikings.
Next team.
76% playoff chance, by the way. Cash that in. Put the house on that. like, what are we doing here? To me, Nick, I agree. This is important to win, but it's not the most important game. Not even close. I probably wouldn't even put this in my top 7.
Fellas, you are hosting Seattle, who we
So that game's more important.
But
you're bringing up that game to prove that this game's important means that game's more important.
Because if you lose this game, that is more important. But
so
if
then
you
this
win this
can't
game,
be the most important game then.
It's the most important game right now, Spenny.
Well,
I'll tell you that.
Game this
no
week.
shit. If
That's
you go down
literally
1-2, if you go down 1-2, I think the 1 seed is out of the picture right now. I think you need to win this game with the way your schedule shapes up. At Arizona, a good NFC team. You can't lose to back-to-back good NFC teams in the Buccaneers, at the Cardinals. Then you host another good NFC team in Seattle. And then after the bye, you travel to Dallas, which, again, we have not won in many years. This schedule is so hard.
Dallas
game,
sucks, dude. That's not a tough game.
We said the same shit
you can
last year that they were overrated. The stripes help them out in Dallas.
I didn't say Dallas was overrated.
We should have won that game last year. We should have won it, obviously, but it's a tough place to play because Jerry's got the goddamn zebras locked up partying in their own party bus. Fellas, we cannot lose this game. And my expectations would dip a little bit.
I think
if
that's
we
soft.
lose this game.
I think that's soft behavior.
I disagree.
I just think it's impatient. I just think it's real.
It's microwave, Nick. It's on brand.
I live and die week by week. Damn it, we need to win this game.
If we win this week, Nick's gonna say we're gonna go undefeated the rest of the year and win the Super Bowl. It's on brand.
There's a lot of momentum.
16-1, baby. 16-1.
I will admit one thing that I do agree with. If you said it like this, Nick. The most important game of the year
is the next
one. That is. I will agree with that for sure. But we do got to go to break. We're a little bit over. Let me tell you about Les Stanford. As the wonderful JC leaves the room. Les Stanford, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford, together Let's ride. Tell us about second best bar, Nick.
Second best bar. It's the best bar in Detroit. Want to know where the best pregame Lions party is? September 30th for the Monday Night Football game. That's the most important game, says Spenny. Join us at Detroit's very own second best bar, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner, and thanks for listening.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Just in time for football season is debuting their new fresh and delicious wings. They have 7 different flavors. I've tried the lemon pepper. I've tried the buffalo. They're both amazing. If you want some, come to Hayes Social. Party with the boys. Beth might be there this weekend live at Hayes Social for the Lions game. We're going to have Soroki's wings. It's going to be a great time. Soroki's, to get some wings for yourself, find a location near you at sorokis.com. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweight, live on woodwardsports.com. Make sure you smash the like button. I am Spencer Raxter. We are joined by Nick Kohloff and Chris Platte and the lovely Bethany in the Maz chair. Different Maz chair. There's 2 of them, so you can't see her anyways. But we are talking about the Detroit Lions going up against the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, NFL is king. We're going to talk college football at some point. We're going to talk Tigers at some point. But we got to do buy or sell. I love buy or sell. We're doing buy or sell, and we're going to start it off here. Buy or sell. After his 4.5 sack performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a loss, are you buying or selling Aiden Hutchinson as this year's Defensive Player of the Year?
Absolutely buying.
Fire it,
he
Nick.
just took over as the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year in front of TJ Watt. So here we go. I'm buying it because Hutchinson, his motor doesn't stop.
No.
He's not taking games off, and he's not taking snaps off. You think about a guy like DJ Reader in his first game back, he already held Hutchinson out to 4.5 sacks by the numbers. I believe Hutchinson, with the help and upgrade of this defensive line, is going to be able to produce week in and week out. And I do think he does get up to that 20 sack number. And if the Lions win this division, are a high seed, he's going to be a massive part of it with this extremely upgraded defense. I believe he will win Defensive Player of the Year. Book it. Hutchinson, the hometown kid, brings home DPOY
Chris
to Detroit.
Platte. How you feeling? Buy or sell? Hutch, Defensive Player of the Year.
To quote the late, great Fish, how can you not?
How can you
How
not?
can you not?
R.I.P. Fish. I love you, buddy.
This is a buy all day for everything that everybody has said. I mean, look, we had Alex on, the guy who covers the Cardinals for a living.
Yes.
What did he say?
He said Hutch could double his sack total in this game.
Exactly.
Which would be insane.
Dude, if he does that, if he has 10 in 3 games, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What does that do for for just like the expectations of the season.
That would make him have the expectations to have the best season of all time.
That would be like, that would be crazy numbers. That would be Wilt Chamberlain numbers. That would be Diddy numbers.
It really would be
crazy.
Diddy numbers. And speaking of Diddy numbers, like Meek Mill at a Diddy party, bye. The Detroit Lions have the Defensive Player of the Year in their office. The Detroit Lions drafted the Defensive Player of the Year, second overall. Personally, my favorite person to ever wear maize and blue. I'm sorry, Braylon Edwards. I'm sorry. I love you, Braylon. Actually, no. Braylon's my favorite person to wear maize and blue. Hutch is my favorite.
No way.
Look how fast
Hutch is my favorite active player to wear maize and blue. This guy is on another level. This guy is an absolute monster. 4.5 fucking sacks, and it wasn't like the little herky-durky, cheapy, stupid little sacks where you slap somebody or you breathe on them wrong and they're like, ah. No, he was throwing Baker Mayfield around. This guy is going to abuse tackles. You put a backup against him, he's going to undress him on the field like he did in the first 2 weeks. And guess what? He's going up against the backup in Arizona. This guy, Aiden Hutchinson, is going to get to 20-plus sacks this year. This guy, Aiden Hutchinson, is going to flirt with breaking the sack record this year, and he is going to bring home Defensive Player of the Year. I said it the other day. Lions fans, I don't think we can feel it yet. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? I don't think we can. Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? You want to know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like a total barnacle head if you don't think that Aiden Hutchinson really has a chance to get to that sack total, because he is on a different level. We didn't have this. The last guy we've had like Hutch is Robert Porcher. The best sack artists we've had other than those guys are Ziggy Ansah, a Cliff Averill, who else? Kyle Vandenbosch.
Sue.
But Ndamukong Suh isn't a sack guy. He's a defensive tackle.
He was just like a game wrecker.
Yeah, he's just a game wrecker. Hutch is a murderer of the quarterback, and he's going to continue to do that all year. I am buying Aiden Hutchinson, especially with the improvement around him with DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport coming back, Terrell Williams as his coach. I love it.
And I will say, it's been an absolute culture-changing event with a guy like Hutch. I just obviously there's so much more that goes into it, but Hutchinson is the definition of grit. He basically changed the culture at Michigan before he came out to the NFL. And he's done the same exact thing in Detroit. All he's known is winning in Detroit with a 9-8 season, and then last year's 12-5 division winning Detroit Lions.
Next up on the buy or sell list, we are going to go to break. Buy or sell this break. No, we do. We went over one buy or sell is all it takes, because we get fired up talking about Aiden Hutchinson being defensive player. Yeah. Ow! But let's talk about somewhere you don't have to buy or sell, somewhere you know you'll get the best service and look the best when you're walking out, and that is Lady Jane's. You can walk into any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today, open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, a scalp massage, a hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Get the King's treatment. That's all you got to do. From one of their talented stylists, take advantage of a $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Where are you getting a $20 haircut today? It costs more than $20 to buy a dozen eggs right now. Scan that QR code and you're gonna get a $20 haircut from a fantastic stylist at Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
And let me tell you, if you have ever thought about volunteering but don't know where to start with the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Visit registertoring.com, scan that QR code today. You'll have the option to choose between a 2-hour session at a physical Red Kettle site or participate at a virtual bell ringing shift. Virtual bell ringers can sign up and begin raising funds at any time. Traditional bell ringing begins on Friday, November 7th and runs through Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. To register, sign up for volunteer shifts at registertoring.com.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences. The online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Make sure you get in today because they got over 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live, Woodward Heavyweight, sorry, RIP Easy. Live on Woodward Sports.
Fat.
Smash the like button. I am Spencer. He is Nick. He is Chris.
Go.
We're talking Detroit Lions. We're doing buy or sell. The next buy or sell question I have. I know Nick's going to like it. RIP Caleb, or he would be all over this. Kyler Murray. Is Kyler back? Are you buying or selling that Kyler Murray is back?
SELL, sell. And it's 3 letters. COD. Call of Duty, baby.
Black Ops
No
6.
chance that Kyler Murray is back. Call of Duty comes out this season. He always starts the year hot. Not a chance that under 6 foot, under 5'10" Kyler effing Murray is back. The Arizona Cardinals love to start hot, and they love to choke. Kyler Murray is not back. Call of Duty, his numbers are going to be better in Call of Duty than they are the rest of the season. Hell no. Kyler Murray is not back.
Kyler Murray. Chris, Kyler's back.
Get
Buy
your
or sell?
KD up.
All
What?
right, man. I gotta shout out Alex to this one because I was originally on the sell side, but I gotta buy to this. I mean, I think this guy he talked about changing coaching regime, just the maturity that he's went through, the injury, obviously the scrutiny that came with both his underwhelming performances and his injury. Everybody, myself included, was willing to write him off as just forget about him. Doesn't matter. He's irrelevant, But I think he's back. I think he's capable of it, especially now that you have, arguably from a fantasy perspective, the best tight end in the league, and then you have Marvin Harrison Jr., who's going to be or projected to be one of the premier wideouts. So I think they're building a team. They're building a culture. It's been likened to the Lions, and I don't want to give them that credit because they got to actually show that they're building the way the Lions built. But right now they have more fundamentally solid pieces than I think they've had in recent years. So I gotta buy this, but I buy it to say he's not top 5 quarterback in the league, but he could be an upper echelon quarterback.
He could be a top 10 quarterback when you look at it in the Pantheon. I'm going to buy that Kyler Murray is back for all the reasons that Chris just said. You've got a good head coach now. You've got a good run game with James Conner. You've got 2 great targets in Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride. He seems more focused. He seems more ready to go. He seems more active and attentive in this offense. He seems like he's grown up a lot. I might return it when Call of Duty drops. I might buy it and then return it and see, go to GameStop and be like, hey, can I return this Kyler Murray stock? But I'm buying it right now. They got a damn good offense over there with a couple players. And if they're not going up against the Lions, they have a damn good running game. But they're going up against the Lions, so they don't have a good running game. But I will buy Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is what Bryce Young wants to be. Kyler Murray is what Bryce Young wishes he was.
Well, he's way taller.
Kyler Murray is way taller. Yeah, he's like 6 inches taller than Bryce Young. But next up on buy or sell, Jameson Williams should be wide receiver 1 in this offense. Nick.
I'm selling this.
Oh!
Hardcore. We've seen what this offense looks like with Jameson Williams getting all of these targets right now. And we've seen him and Goff connect on a couple deep bombs, but we've also seen Jared Goff be extremely inefficient. And that's what worries me. And we have to get back to Amon-Ra St. Brown cooking over the middle, a guy like Sam Laporta cooking over the middle. And how does that happen? J-Mo going deep, pulling the safeties back. You got to step up 2 people on him to cover him, and it opens things up for our 2 all-pro receivers, St. Brown and Laporta. You need to give St. Brown the most targets, and you need to give Sam Laporta the second amount to get Jared Goff comfortable and on his game. That's when he's at his best, and when he's at his best, he will hit those deep shots. He will be more efficient to J-Mo, and J-Mo will take it for yards after the catch. But should he be the number 1? No, not at all. I strongly disagree with this. I am selling that Jameson Williams should be the number 1 wide receiver.
I'm buying the shit out of this. Jameson Williams should be that guy in this offense. Lions, the defenses they're going up, what are the 2 things defenses are going to do against the Lions? They're going to sell out to stop the run. They're going to sell out to stop the middle of the field. Jameson Williams is going to be seeing one-on-one matchups against a cornerback on the outside all year long. You give him the ball in that situations. He is electric. He is a playmaker. When you put the ball in his hands, good things happens. When you put him on the corner against the one guy out there, you get him the ball, more than likely he's going to make a miss and make an explosive play. Jameson Williams will be seeing soft coverage all year because defenses are going to be keying in on Amon-Ra St. Brown, keying in on Sam Laporta in the middle of the field where Jared Goff loves to live, and that run game. J-Mo will be seeing a lot of one-on-ones. If he is in one-on-one, hot route, get him the fucking ball. He is a playmaker. He is explosive. He needs the ball. Give him the ball.
Let him cook.
Chris.
Can I call ISO on the last to go? Can I call ISO? Let him cook. No, I'm selling because we've, like Nick said, we've seen this offense at its best with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I mean this. This term will be taken with a grain of salt, and I don't mean it to be that, but J-Mo is the ultimate luxury item. We've seen this Lions team be a historic offense while J-Mo was somewhat of a luxury last year. And I think that's where this offense is at its best, is that you eat through the middle and everybody shrinks in. And then all of a sudden, those one-on-one matchups on the outside, J-Mo is gone. Boom, those are the deep threats that we know Goff's strengths. We know this Lions offense strength entirely. It's built on the run and play action and eating through the middle of the field, not throwing to the sides where J-Mo accelerates. And so it is not an indictment on J-Mo or his talent. It is the fact of the matter that this Lions offense is at its best when J-Mo is the ultimate luxury. Yeah. A luxury that's better than any other luxury on any other team, but still a luxury.
No, fuck that. Jameson Williams was drafted, and you don't draft a luxury in the first round. You draft a playmaker. You draft a killer. You draft that guy in the first round. That's where they drafted Jameson Williams. Should Amon-Ra St. Brown see more targets? I don't care. I know Jameson Williams, if he has 6 catches, he's going to have around 100 yards and he's going to have a touchdown. That's what you need to give him every week. He needs to get at least 8 balls thrown his way every single week. This guy is electric when he has the ball in his hands. Defenses are going to have to start predicating what they're going to do off of him. I talked about that oh shit speed. When that gets going and they start doubling him, if you see Budda Baker on top of Jameson Williams in a bracket coverage, you run the fucking ball. But Jameson Williams should be getting the work in this offense. He should be getting the ball, and when he gets the ball, good things happen. He doesn't need 14 targets like Amon-Ra St. Brown. He doesn't need 10 targets like a Sam Laporta. You give him 8 targets a game, he'll have 6 catches for 100 yards and a touchdown. That is a wide receiver 1.
That's what worries me real quick, Chris, is the inefficiency from Jared Goff to J-Mo. Because it is kind of downfield, deep targets, Spenny. That's what scares me. It's the not being efficient for Jared Goff and J-Mo. Hell yeah, I think if he gets 6 catches, 8 targets, I'm taking that every day. Because, yeah, he's going to take the slant route for, 40 yards downfield. But I just think you have to hit on those balls. And we've just seen them be on different pages. And also, the refs did us no favors. Getting to J-Mo, getting him off track. That's what the Bucs were doing, and there was 0 calls about it last week.
Detroit Supremacy in the Woodward Sports Chat says, when St. Brown gets the ball, better things happen. That's not true. St. Brown got the ball more against the Bucs, we lost. Jameson Williams got the ball more against the Rams, we won.
Fair.
You can't argue that. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. He should definitely get the ball. But Jameson Williams is a highlight waiting to happen. You get the ball to him.
Now, I know we're on football, but can I break some news? Can I break some news real quick?
Well, sure.
All right. This is a good thing. Ben Simmons has returned to basketball activities with no restrictions.
Chris, you're getting muted.
That means NBA basketball is almost around the corner. Now back to football because nobody cares.
All right, yeah, nobody cares about that. Next up.
But it means we're almost there.
Buy or sell. David Montgomery will have over 1,000 yards rushing this year.
Buy. I'm buying this 100% because I was expecting Jahmyr Gibbs to take this massive leap. It's been 2 weeks. We haven't seen it yet.
Microwave.
I think David Montgomery is going to be the rock, the solid get 4 yards, get 5 yards on this team, fall forward, get the big first downs. I think you're going to see Gibbs be used in a more receiver-friendly role when it comes to that compared to rushing the rock. And I think they're going to go to D-Mont a lot more. I feel like they maybe have felt pressured to get Gibbs the amount of carries. I love Gibbs. But I think D-Mont has just been so reliable, falling forward, getting the big, tough yards when you need it. I think Dan Campbell sees that, and he's not going to run away from that. And that's my head coach. He's not going to run away from what works, no matter if Gibbs was drafted number 12 overall. It's not going to matter if this team's success is running David Montgomery 17, 18 times a game.
Chris, buy or sell David Montgomery over 1,000 yards.
He's no Andre 3K, but he is Monty 1K. Like, he's gonna get his. He's going to for everything that you guys said. Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, I think that we're gonna see a similar approach to last season, where at the end of the season, Jahmyr Gibbs is the one kind of stealing the show. I think right now it's just safe, smart, efficient to give it to Monty because we've seen what he does early on in the season. He's the guy that falls forward. We saw that in that Rams drive. He was unstoppable. I had my friend Chris, shout out to Chris, and he's not a sports guy at all. He understands zero about sports. But he's watching the game with me, and he's just like, dude, he's amazed at this guy that's just got 4 grown men tackling him, and he's just bringing them with him. He's just going forward every play. That's what Monty does. Jahmyr Gibbs has a different type of approach to running. You need both to complement each other, but it starts with Monty. So he's going to get that 1K.
Oh, Jesus. Nick in the chat. But, no, I'm going to buy David Montgomery rush because I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call against the Buccaneers. At least I hope it was. I hope Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell looked at that game against the Buccaneers and said, all right, never again. Never again will we use the pass to open up the run. Never again will David Montgomery just be taken out of the game plan. Look what happened in week 1. You get David Montgomery the ball, much like J-Mo. You get David Montgomery the ball, good things happen. Pound the rock. I want David Montgomery to get 25-plus carries in this game against the Arizona Cardinals. They are soft in the middle. We should be able to gut them over, like Marshawn Lynch said. It takes a while when the motherfucker's running through your face over and over and over. And over and over and over and over and over. That's what we need out of David Montgomery. That's when the Lions are at the best. You can argue St. Brown to J-Mo all you want. Everybody knows that the Lions are best when David Montgomery is toting the pill and putting motherfuckers in the dirt. So I need to see David Montgomery make something happen. Put his dick in the dirt. We do got to go to break. We will be right back. We got to keep this Lion stuff going. We're going to do over-unders coming up next. Tell us about KDK Law. Divorce.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10-plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you.
Divorce.
And KDK Law will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
Shaq's got your back.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Bro, they got so many reads on here. The way the cameras work, there's nothing.
Into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
If you think the mics are hot, the weed's hotter at Dispo, the marijuana. Hey, how would you like $10 of free product from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it to any Dispo location, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
They're local, they're cannabis, and they're the plug. All right. So we're going Lions. We're juiced up on the Lions right now. We're going to do over-unders. Over for the Detroit Lions versus the Arizona Cardinals in the desert. Presented to you by Caesars Sportsbook. All numbers are coming from Caesars Sportsbook. They are the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. First things first, let's start with the quarterbacks. And let's start with that ugly guy in Arizona. This is kind of wild, honestly. Kyler Murray over under 228 passing yards.
228?
228.
Over. Where they're not going to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot. Kyler Murray will throw for over 228 yards. Not a doubt about it.
Chris, over under 228 and a half.
You know where I'm at. Over. Yeah, everything you guys said. They're gonna stop the run, which is gonna force them. I'd actually be curious to do the research and see what Lions, what quarterbacks have been, opposing quarterbacks have been against the Lions spread when it comes to their yards.
Yeah,
I'd have to bet that they're all over more often than not, just because of the run defense.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty crazy when I first looked at it. Like Nick said, they're not going to be able to run the ball. So Kyler Murray is going to throw the ball over 40 times probably. So I'm going to take the over on this one. Another thing that was pretty wild, over under Jared Goff passing yards, 266 and a half. Jared Goff's at 266 and a half. Kyler Murray's only at 228. Do they know something we don't?
Under.
You heard it here first.
For two reasons, boys. Demont and Jahmyr Gibbs. This is going to be a running attack. We control the clock in this game. We got away from it against the Bucs. You do not get away from it again. You run the ball. You dominate on the ground. You just beat up on the Arizona Cardinals defensive line. I'm going Jared Goff under passing yards.
All right. You know what? What's that saying? There's an old saying down in Tennessee. I don't know if it's anywhere, but it's in Tennessee. You fooled me once. Shame on you. You fooled me twice.
Can't get fooled.
Can't get fooled again. I'm taking the under just because last weekend I bet heavy on Goff. I bought into Spencer Morgan Raxter's stat that Jared Goff throws for 417 yards against the Bucs. So I went crazy. I threw Goff for 350. I threw some cheddar on it. That did not go well for me at all. So I gotta go the under.
I am also going under on this, and for Nick's reasons. You got David Montgomery. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. Those guys should be running the ball a lot. Next up, let's go to rushing yards. These are pretty crazy. I kind of want to go over. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a parlay right now. Over, under, over. 965. Plus 965. I got over Gibbs, over Monty, under James Conner, over Kyler Murray. We'll start with Kyler Murray, 31.5. Over, under.
Over. Yeah. Running quarterbacks against the Detroit Lions. Doesn't really work out too well for the Detroit Lions. I am for sure going over on Kyler Murray rushing yards, but when it comes to James Conner, I do not care what that number is, Spenny. I'm taking the under. But I'm going over on Kyler.
James Conner is at 57.5.
Under.
I'm going over on Kyler. Chris, where are you at?
James Conner, I'm going under. But Kyler's
31.5.
Yeah, Kyler's 31.5. Give me the over. Give me the over. You already know. Ask Aaron Glenn about a QB spy. See what he says about that. They're going to try their best to contain the run, but I think when you take away the run, he's going to have to extend plays. And the thing we love about Hutch is that he pursues the quarterback relentlessly. The thing that drives us crazy about Hutch is that he pursues the quarterback relentlessly. And there are those times where he over pursues, and that leads to gains for a quarterback, a rushing quarterback like Kyler Murray. So give me the over.
Great point, Chris.
Yeah, I got the over on Kyler Murray. I got the under on James Conner.
Does that concern you, though? The point that Chris just made about Hutch over pursuing sometimes in this game.
It does, a little bit. That's something that guys are going to have to look out for because he has done that. He's going to try to get the sacks. And if he can't get the sack, if he can't get to Kyler Murray, there's going to be open lanes for him there. So that's why I'm taking the over on Kyler Murray, but the under on James Conner. Next up, the two Lions running backs. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, 50.5 rushing yards. David Montgomery, 55.5 rushing yards.
Bye. I'm buying both of them. I'm going over. Not a doubt about it. I mean, I got to be consistent here, fellas. Yep. I think this is a get-right game when you talk about this running game, and I think Dan Campbell knows that. A couple guys I want to see step up in this one. There's a couple guys that have been a little hobbled, and it's that right side of that offensive line. I want to see Zeitler, and I want to see Penei Sewell absolutely dominate in the trenches. You run behind your all-pro right tackle, Penei Sewell. You dominate this game from start to finish, and you do it on the ground. David Montgomery, over 55.5. Jahmyr Gibbs, over 50.5. I think we have to end this game with around 150, 100, honestly, 60 rushing yards.
I agree. Shout out to Neil Rule in the chat. Shout out. He said, click the like button for my boy Spenny. Spenny like Tupac today. It's just him against the world. Shout
a little
out.
Disrespectful, but I like the analogy.
But, smash the like button. Again, these odds, all of this is presented by Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Chris, the Lions rushers. Jahmyr Gibbs, 50.5. David Montgomery, 55.5. 5.55 for D-Mont. 5. Wow, he's number 5, too.
Yeah. Gotta take the over.
Definitely take the over.
I'm taking the over on D-Mont relentlessly, with no doubt in my mind. Put the house on it. Mortgage your kids' college fund. Take a little bit out of there. put everything you have on that one. The Gibbs one, I'm a little nervous because they are going to run. I think that is definitely a key. But I don't know, man. Gibbs is the one that seems to get the short end of the stick when you do the yardage. A lot of times it seems like Monty will get his, and Gibbs usually gets his. Sometimes gets his. Sometimes it's through passes, and it's not through rushing. And he's one of those players that he's a nervous person to bet on. So I would stay away from him personally. I do think he'll get over it, but I wouldn't bet the house on it. But put your kids' college tuition on.
There you
Montgomery.
go, David Montgomery over. Put your kids on it. I'm going over on both. I think we have a field day running the ball against the Arizona Cardinals. I love it. I love these numbers for both of them. I love 55.5 for Monty. I put a nice little sum on that one. I will say that. Next up, another bet that I put a nice little sum on that I'm going to continue to do every single week if it's this low. Jamison Williams over under 50.5 receiving yards.
Creeping up though.
It is creeping up. It was 43, I think, last week.
I'm going over.
Over.
Because as we talked about, it's one deep play for Jamison Williams. He can break this game with one catch. Even if he gets a slant across the middle, like I said earlier, he could break it for those 51 yards that he needs for this over. He is 100% getting this, and Vegas still has not been in tune with what the Lions are doing with J-Mo. Yes, I said I don't want him to be the number one wide receiver, but he's still a massive part of this Detroit Lions offense because he is so explosive. 51 yards, easy over. You run the ball to set up play action. Jared Goff, deep bomb. J-Mo loading. Let's go. Give me the over.
Chris, 50.5 for Jameson Williams.
I missed this once. I ain't gonna miss it again.
I'm doing it every week.
Yeah, no, I'm doing this every week until it gets to like the high 50s or 60s, like
until it gets to 70 plus. I'm
really
doing it every week. Yes,
that's fair. That's fair because you've been cashing off of it. I've been just watching. I've been just watching this stock rise and just been like, oh damn, it would have been good to put some money in that. Damn, it would have been good to put some money in that every single week. So yeah, give me that one for sure because with JMO, I mean hell. He got 50 yards in one play last game. So
Jameson Williams hit his over on the first play of the game last week. Like this guy is going to do this a lot. And like I said, he gets this in one play. Jameson Williams is one of the safest over bets this year because he could be going into the fourth quarter, have one catch for 4 yards, and you're not sweating. Because if they throw the ball to him once, he could go for 50. JMO, I'm doing this over. It was killing me last year that I wasn't investing more in Jahmyr Gibbs overs. That was making me my money all year last year. I was hitting Jahmyr Gibbs over every single week because it was at like 40, 38, shit like that. This is JMO this year. 50.5 for Jameson Williams is stealing money. Shout out to B-Ball from D92. I love Easy. He's not too negative. He's a happy guy. But I appreciate the love. Okay, one more, and then we will go to break. Over under. Trey McBride, 53.5 receiving yards. I kind of want to go over on this. I do, especially if Anzo isn't playing. Even with Anzo a little banged up, Trey McBride, the Lions pass rush is going to be getting to Kyler, so he's going to be running around. Trey McBride in the middle of the field, big body. He's going to look at him a lot.
How much confidence, like we talked about earlier, can you put in a guy that in Jack Campbell, who if he's starting, it's going to be the second time of his career where he's in that spot. I like the over here. I like the over. I'm going to be, 100% honest, just a gut feeling I'm going over.
Chris?
Yeah, I got to ride with the Booth boys. Locked in. Locked in. A Booth boy never told no lie. So I'm gonna buy as well. I want to find a sack really bad. The sack.
I don't see it just yet. I'll try to find that in the break, but I would bet a lot of money for Aiden Hutchinson to get a sack here as well. We do got to go to break, though. We're going to be coming back. We're going to be doing the pick'em of the week. But first, Easy already emailed in. He snail mailed in his picks, and he did already. He did a lock already. So
yeah, it's cheap.
Hopefully he loses. But let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness gives you a squeaky clean gym, tons of equipment, a friendly, knowledgeable staff, and a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Did you know that it includes fitness training for no extra cost? Or you could upgrade to the Black Card and get you some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, all of that good stuff. Planet Fitness, join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. And let me tell you about Sabbath Coffee.
Oh.
No? What is it?
Pre-game. Or watch party and post.
Oh, yeah, wrong one. Sorry. Watch party and the post-game show. Because it's the best show in Detroit. And Loso, you little turd in the chat, I'm ready for the cry show. I'll be back. You don't gotta be back. We're gonna be live watching the game, so come hang out because I'm gonna be laughing, dancing on your grave when the Lions stomp the Cardinals underneath the desert. Get out of here. Sponsored by New Holland Brewing Company. Sponsored by Sabbath Coffee Roaster, Soroki Crispy Chicken and Pizza, 1800 Tequila, all that good stuff. We're live at Hayes Social. Come out, have fun. Watch the game with the boys. I'll buy you your first beer. And then we got the post-game show after with Stick and Hansen. Make sure you check it out. Shut up.
Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner. And thanks for listening.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports
merch?
Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. So why don't you head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, get yourself some brand new merch.
What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Make sure you smash the like button. I am Spencer Raxter, joined by Nick Kohloff and Chris Platte. Tailgate Wins on Twitter.
Amen.
The real Chris Platte on Twitter.
Oh, Platte Pods.
Platte Pods. Changed it up.
Yeah,
I am Spenmo Rax. Shoot us all a follow. I'm trying to get to 4K. I'm closing in. But now it is time for our weekly Pick'em segment. Easy already sent in his pick, so I'll be reading his off last. First up, Nick, we'll start with you. Chargers versus Pittsburgh. Who you got?
This might be the game of the week, and
Very
I
well could be.
want it to be said that it's funny that the two guys that aren't here right now, Caleb and Easy, both were in the hot dog suit, so maybe they're a little intimidated by the suit right now. I'm going Chargers here. I have faith in Jim Harbaugh that he brought this team back. Hard to pick against Mike Tomlin at home, but I'm doing it. Go Chargers.
Nick, or Chris, sorry.
Yeah.
Nick, good pick. Chris, who do you got?
I got Pittsburgh, man. I think this team is for real. I think the fact that this team can be 2-0 with only one touchdown scored, I think that really speaks to how good this team is, how this team is able to grind out any game. And I think this Chargers game is going to be no different. This is going to be a low-scoring game. I don't know what the over-under is, but I would definitely take the under.
I am also going Pittsburgh. Obviously, you know, I'm a big Steelers guy, apparently. I love the Steelers' makeup this year. TJ Watt is going to be eating Justin Herbert's lunch all game. I love the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. Give me the Steelers. Easy also going with the Steelers. Next up, we got a game versus two teams that are kind of on different trajectories of where we thought they would be. You've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New Orleans Saints. Nick, who do you got?
At Saints.
At Saints.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go. Taking two road teams to start this one. I just think the talent is there. when I talked about the coaching and the other matchup, I like Jim Harbaugh. I don't know if I like Sirianni, but I sure as hell like Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Give me the Eagles. I think the Saints take a step back this week.
Chris?
Yeah, for me, I gotta go Philly, and you know what? I'm gonna be a little ballsy here. I'm gonna lock. I'm gonna lock this because you know what? A team that has playoff aspirations cannot lose this game.
Damn.
They just can't. So I'm going this, Nick. What you want this Arizona Cardinals game to be? This is their most important game.
That really is.
They have to win this game if they want any chance of making the playoffs, even a wild card. So give me the Eagles and lock it. I could look stupid, but I'm riding.
I am also going with Philadelphia. I don't think you'll look stupid.
Thank you.
I've voiced my opinion on this matter many times. Philly's got one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. Nick Sirianni sucks dick. Like, he is not a good head coach. He is this showboating douchebag who thinks he's a good head coach, but he's not. If they had a good head coach, they would have won a Super Bowl at least once by now. So give me Philly in spite of Nick Sirianni. I think they're not undefeated because of Nick Sirianni. I love New Orleans. I think Rashid gets a touchdown in this game, but give me Philly easy. Going with the Saints in the big easy. He is taking New Orleans at home in this matchup. Next up, I'm pulling an audible. I'm doing it now. You can call me scummy. I don't care. This is my lock.
Boom.
Give me the Houston Texans as a lock over the Minnesota Vikings.
You're a scum.
The 2-0 Vikings. I'm taking Houston. They are going to be my lock.
What a dirtball.
Give me Houston. Nick,
Ooh, this man. Tomato.
In Minnesota.
This is in Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota.
Do I do it?
Do it.
3 away.
Go, dude. Do it. They're traveling man.
Vikings.
You're taking the Vikings?
No, I'm thinking about them.
You love the Vikings,
said it. You said
no, chill. I was thinking about them. I do love the Vikings. Maybe we can get some. I was doing this last year on some mix-up karma. No. Vikings parade is closing down by the hands of C.J. Stroud. Give me the Texans. Let's go. Give the Minnesota Vikings leading the NFC North a loss.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, wow.
Give me Houston.
Yeah,
Houston.
it's
Just sucked all the
for
fun
a
out of
reason.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. I'm not going to get pressured into taking the Vikings here, Chris.
Listen, you love Vikings. You love your Minnesota with the Mall of America.
Big Vikings guy.
I don't know what else they got in Minnesota, but Rudy Gobert sucks.
That's
Easy's also taking the Houston Texans. The Vikings, they're out kicking their coverage so far. I think Sam Darnold has a Sam Darnold-esque game. Grenard gets to him. Danico Autry gets to him. Wow, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Their best edge rusher, the guy they drafted out of Bama last year. What was his name? Why can't I think of his name?
Dallas Turner.
No. Houston.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson gets to him.
Two Bama fellas.
I think that Houston wins this game pretty easily, I want to say. Easy also took the Houston Texans. Next up, the 49ers. No Debo. No C-Mac. Going up against
Brandon
the Los
Ayuk.
Angeles Rams. No Cooper Kupp. No Puka Nacua. Who do you got? What an ugly game.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
this would have been a hell of a game if everyone's healthy.
Yeah.
Give me San Fran. And to be honest, I think they can piece things together without those guys even in the lineup. We've seen Kyle Shanahan do it before. I'm gonna give him the grace to do it.
Too.
McVay, overrated.
All right, this guy. Yeah, I'm going with San Fran, but I do think somehow I would be curious what Matt Stafford's line is. I feel like he's gonna still find a way to have a game with no Cooper Kupp and no Puka Nacua. I feel like he's still gonna find a way to have a game, but they're just ultimately going to lose. So give me San Fran, and not quite the blowout fashion that you'd expect.
Yeah, I'm going to go San Fran as well. I just think that they have more weapons on offense, even with Christian McCaffrey down, even with Deebo Samuel out. George Kittle's out too, though. Oh, man.
Kittle out?
Kittle's
You
out.
hit that one.
Ooh.
Are you going with the dirty Rams?
I kind of want to, dude. Oh, man. I forgot Kittle was out too.
What's the line? Do you have the lines there?
I don't have the line. I can check real fast though.
Yeah, check Caesars.
Yes, shout out Caesars Sportsbook.
Shout out Caesars Sportsbook. The line for this game is, and let me find it. It is, wait for it. Where is it? It is San Fran -6.5.
I will be locking San Francisco right now.
Easy already did. Unfortunately, sorry to bust your balls.
That's great to know.
Yeah, sorry to bust
Would have
your
been nice
balls.
to know before that.
Sorry to bust your balls. Yeah, I'm gonna go the Niners. I still think with their offensive line, with Kyle Shanahan, this is an ugly game, man. Elgato's right. Cartier, nasty game. This is ugly. Ugh. Kind of want to go Rams just because it's going to be so ugly. But no, I'm going to go Niners. Easy took the Niners. There is lock. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars head to Buffalo to play the Fighting Josh Allen.
Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Give me the Bills. Josh Allen is straight Superman villain mode right now. I don't even care what's going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is going into full all-time bust mode right now. 0-2 to start.
Hell yeah.
About to be 0-3.
Love a huge bust.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills and Josh Allen.
Give him the Bills. You heard it. Give him the Bills. Chris, who do you got? Josh Allen or Jacksonville?
Crazy that this was not locked yet. Crazy this was not locked yet.
Well, easy lock the Niners before the Kittle news.
So, I mean, you know what that ad-lib is off like that. Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
It's over, man. It's over, man. I'm selling any Trevor Lawrence stock I ever had. I blame you partially for that, Spencer, because you did make me buy into the Trevor Lawrence.
He's a bum.
Yeah.
The other host on the show, Easy's the Trevor Lawrence guy.
I don't know, man. Listen, I'm parking that bus under somebody if I have to.
That's Easy's bus to park, because I've been saying Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
Yeah.
But you're taking Buffalo?
For sure.
I'm also taking Buffalo. Trevor Lawrence a bum. Josh Allen's going to go crazy.
Got a super chat real quick.
Yeah, shout out to Trippy Gypsy in the Woodward Sports chat. Easy and Catsbot confirmed on the Diddy list. Be safe out there.
Oh.
Man, they got.
Damn.
They got.
Easy confirmed, not on. Cats.
If this game was in Jacksonville, I'd think about it a little more. But in Buffalo, Josh Allen's going to run. I would look at Josh Allen's rushing yards as an over of the week as well.
Over.
Next up, Chicago Bears versus the Indianapolis Colts. Who do you got?
I'm hoping to go this year. I'm trying to figure out my PTO situation to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Oh, Lucas Oil.
The Indianapolis Colts roll the 1-1 Bears, who should be 0-2, and there is about to be 1-2 this season. Let's go. Give me the Colts. AR5, big game.
I like it. Easy or Chris? Just calling him everybody.
Dude. Yeah,
I'm like the dad, and you're like the youngest kid. My dad used to do that to me all the time. Spencer, Colt, that's Spencer.
Yeah, my mom does that all the time.
Yeah.
She only had 1 of 2 though, so I don't know how you fuck it up that bad. But shout out to Sherry, love you.
Shout out Sherry.
All right, so what game we at? Oh yeah, Chicago, Indiana.
Chicago, Indy.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like either of these teams. People wanted to buy that Indianapolis hype. I wanted to buy the AR-15 hype, but it's not looking great so far. But you know what? They are playing the Bears, so give me the Colts.
That's fair. That is fair. No surprise here. Noted Bears fan Easy took the Bears in this matchup.
Did he really?
God.
He did take the Bears.
Oh, God.
Noted Bears fan Easy, formerly known as Speakeasy, formerly known as the guy to my left right now. He is taking the Bears in this matchup. Just gross behavior. I'm taking the Colts.
Couldn't even show his face to work.
Yeah. He's so disgusted by his pick, he couldn't even show up to stand on it. Bears suck. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know why. Trevor Lawrence sucks. No.
Caleb Williams.
Anthony Richardson is going to run all over this Bears defense. And their linebackers are good, for sure. But it doesn't matter when you get that freight train moving. Jonathan Taylor, Anthony Richardson, you see a good run game for the Colts. Yeah, oh shit, we got to go to break.
We can end with reads.
We can end with the reads. All right, let's keep going. Next up, another shit bowl. We got The New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns, literally named after shit. Who do you got, Nick?
Give me the shitty, poopy Browns. They're at home in this one. I'm taking the home team. That's where I'm at with this. It's at Cleveland, right?
Yes,
Okay,
it is in
yes.
Cleveland.
Give me Cleveland. They're coming off of a win. They might have a tiny bit of momentum. Yeah, give me Cleveland. I think the Giants are one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they are terrible. Their only good thing is their defensive line.
They fucked up letting Saquon walk.
Oh, for sure.
It's Friday. I'm letting the F-bombs loose.
Fuck yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. I did not do my lock properly. I don't regret it. I stand on it with Philly, but this is another one where, yeah, locking Deshaun Watson would be nasty behavior, but at the same time, they're playing the Giants, so you gotta go Cleveland, man. I just I can't do contrarian here. It doesn't work.
I am also taking the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I know Deshaun Watson is butt cheeks, but so is Daniel Jones, and I think the Browns are an all-around better team than the Giants. Easy. Taking the Giants on the road in Cleveland. Really? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He took the Giants on the road and Chicago on the road.
Hot dogs too. Incoming. Loading.
Smells like the hot dog warmers are getting revved up. Next up, we got Green Bay at Tennessee. Revenge game for Malik Willis. Who do you got?
This is strictly no bias here. I'm going with Tennessee. What are we doing? You think I'm picking the Pack in this game? Not a chance.
That
Go
is
Tennessee
literally
Titans.
the
Give me the
bias.
Titans. Will Levis, let's go. Got to show up in this one or your NFL career is over, buddy. You got to beat the Packers and do it for the guy standing in this booth right now. Fuck the Packers, God damn it. Let's go.
That was 60 seconds of just pure bias.
Pure bias.
There was nothing objective it said in those 60
100% of bias.
But you know what? I got to go with the Packers, man. They got a more complete team. It's a shit bowl. Am I tripping or I know last year we talked about having shitty quarterbacks all across the league, but it has felt like
there's a lot.
There's
been injuries.
Yeah, but still, I feel like we should not be having the quarterbacks that we're having. There was at least there was a Gardner Minshew or a Matt Flynn, and now it's Gardner Minshew's a starter. It's a nasty, nasty time to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers as well. They are a better team in every facet, even at quarterback right now. Will Levis is that bad.
Yeah,
Will Levis sucks. He drinks mayo in his coffee. He looks like a douchebag, and he can't play football. I said it earlier today. He's like Josh Allen without being good.
That was a great take.
Josh Allen makes some of the dumbest plays you'll ever seen, but he recoups those with just insane athletic and skillful plays regularly. Will Levis doesn't do that. He just makes stupid plays all the time. Will Levis sucks.
But what
Give me
is
Green
his,
Bay.
You got Green Bay, my bad. What is his chill to pull ratio? Because that dude can pull.
He can pull for sure.
Yeah, certified.
Yeah, definitely can pull. But then Easy took the Titans. Bears, Giants, Titans.
Dude.
That's a rough three stretch there, Easy. I might look stupid, but I don't like any of those.
Yeah.
Next up, we got to blaze through these last couple. Miami, Seattle.
Are we doing the whole thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, not the whole thing, but Miami, Seattle. No
Give me
Tua.
Miami, no K9. On the road, they get it done.
Wow.
Yeah, no K9.
Skylar Thompson on the road.
Yeah.
No K9, no K9.
Yeah, but no quarterback. No quarterback, man. Give me
I
Seattle.
think Kenneth Walker means more to that. No, I'm just K9's a dog. I'm pissed he's missing in my fantasy team.
Yeah, that's why you got to draft Zach Charbonnet. I got Zach Charbonnet when I got Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
I am taking Seattle as well. Skylar Thompson on the road in Seattle, going across the country. Not a chance they win this game. Easy also took Seattle. Baltimore versus Dallas. All Baltimore?
Ravens.
You taking Dallas?
Block.
No. Why would you set me up like that? I was on autopilot. I almost said yes.
Talk about a must win. Yeah. This is a must win for Baltimore. You can't go 0-3 to start the season.
Yeah.
They take care of business and
Philly.
get rid of the shitty poopy Cowboys. And finally, Detroit at Arizona. Who do you got? Easy also took Baltimore, by the way.
I mean, let's go. Is anybody picking against your home damn team here? Detroit Lions. Like I said, biggest game of the year. No doubt about it. Detroit Lions get it done. Run the ball. Stop the pass. You got this.
You heard it here first from Nick. After week 3, it is smooth sailing. The Lions get it done here, and it is smooth sailing.
Facts. I agree. I'm going Lions. They're going to win this game. They're going to run the ball, dominate the line of scrimmage, take care of business. Easy is also on the Lions. Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. Appreciate you. Easy. Hope everything's going well. For Nick, for Chris, I am Spencer. We're the heavyweights. We got to tell you about a couple things, and then we'll get out of here. Tell us about Boys and Girls Club.
So before you go, make sure you check out the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. Offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in the locations of Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. And equipment, meals, and transportation are included for just $175 per child. And you get to play the championship at Ford Field where the Lions play. Put the youth back at youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
And let me tell you about the best coffee in the game, Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Fuel your Lions fandom with a perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you are gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Appreciate y'all for watching. Smash that like button. Let's go Lions! We'll see you guys on Monday. Oh, see you on Sunday. Make sure you tap in. Come visit us at Hey Social. Peace.